So yeah, I can see you guys really wanted Crait. Hey guys, it's me, David, and welcome back to week 30 of building crates. That's right, it's week 30. Yeah, okay, I know, guys. It's been 2 months since the last segment. I fully have seen your comments over the last couple weeks of where's Crait, David, like when is the next segment gonna happen? You owe us this. Just you guys got pretty almost nasty in the comments about Crait. I was just like, wow, okay, there's some people that are like diehard like Crait fans. And I mean, it was humble to see how much you guys really care about this series and you guys want to see it finish, and so do I. Trust me, I saw some comments saying that like I don't care or anything like that. It's not it at all. Basically, I just got really busy. The recap, I just got sick for 2 weeks in the beginning of October, and then right after that, I had midterms in college, and then right after that, I went to Lego, or I didn't go to Lego. I went to BlizzCon, where I went to the Lego booth there, and that was a whole 5-6 day weekend. So it was just one thing after another. So that's been the last 4 weeks, and then prior to that, I didn't have enough parts, and I wanted to go out to the Lego store, and so I did go out to the Lego store, and you'll see that here in a minute. About a month ago, and I had those parts, and so I've been working on finishing a mountain. That's right, we're gonna get one of the sides, and you can kind of see it already behind me. We're gonna get a side of the mountain done. Now, we're not gonna get both done, and I know a lot of you are like, what have you been doing the last 2 months? Like I said, guys, I've been busy, but give me a break here. One side of the mountain is a lot of work, and it's not just building the mountain, it's also doing the other side of it too, and you guys will see that. We're not just gonna be working on the mountain, we're gonna be working on the inside, a lot of the inside. So I told you guys about I'm gonna have 2 different types of rooms or scenes on each of the sides behind the mountain, and then of course we need to finish up behind the wall, and that's 4 different things we're going to get covered and finished in terms of the back side of the wall and the one mountain, and then we're going to start the 2 rooms. So very exciting. It's been you guys have been waiting for this long enough, so I'm going to stop talking. Let's jump into it right now. So jumping right into it, guys, as you can see, I kind of replaced the ATM6 and the AT-AT with a whole bunch of Lego that has come in over the past few weeks. The big thing here is 2 boxes of 2x6 bricks from the Lego store, as well as a whole bunch of pick-a-brick cups and a lot of BrickLink orders. Believe it or not, this is like 5 different orders because I could not find all the pieces that I needed at one particular BrickLink store, so kind of sucked, but that's what you have to do sometimes. Anyhow, the 2x6 bricks are very exciting. We will definitely be using that on the side walls of the mountain work as we continue to do that in this segment. Over here in the pick-a-brick cups, as you can see, it's just kind of a variety of different stuff. Bunch more of the 1x3 gray bricks. My Lego store actually had a whole bunch of 1x2 red tiles, so I was really excited they had that. That's going to be super useful for dust and stuff. You'll see what I'm up to. Now the other thing is on this cup particularly, you can see that it's the ice cream piece, and I'm very, very excited about this because I can use this as like dust. So you know, if you have the ski speeder being chased, not only can I use it as dust around the red, you know, the rock under the salt, but you can also use it, say you have like a TIE fighter and it's like, you know, shooting the ski speeder, you can create mini explosions around the ski speeder as well as on the battlefield. So I'm very excited. I think this will be pretty useful in the future. The rest is kind of like 1x2 white bricks for the salt pieces, all that jazz. This bag right here is from my boy Jay, Rich Boy Jay. That's his YouTube channel. He makes amazing monks as well, guys, so you definitely should check out his channel. I'll link it down below. Appreciate it, Jay, for sending this bag of slope pieces for the salt pieces. Really, really needed them. He did that again, actually. This is the second time he's doing it for me. He just has a whole bunch of those for some reason, so I appreciate it, Jay. Thank you so much, man. Definitely check out his channel below, guys. And the other thing we have here is the BrickLink orders, and as you can kind of see here, I went a little overboard with buying slope pieces. Kind of a lot here. But hopefully this is enough to finish these 2 sections of the wall. Like, that's our goal, is get these mountains done. Because guys, we're done with the battlefield. Like, there's not much more to do in terms of the front of Crait. Probably just need to add another walker and of course put the salt pieces down, add the explosions, all that. But that will be done either week 32 or the finale. The other stuff here is just more parts for making more salt pieces, more slopes, yada yada yada. There's a funny story to why I needed these, but I won't spend a whole bunch of time boring you guys about that. These are just some bricks that I had left over from last week, well, not last week, but last month of building Crait. And then speaking of the last segment, as you can see here, I still have this bin of salt pieces that we finished the previous segment off with, and we will hopefully be filling in this whole area with these particular pieces, so hopefully that'll go well. So guys, we're going to be focusing on this area right here. That is our main focus for this segment, is to continue to finish this up and get Crait finished. That is our goal. So without ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. All right, guys, so as you can see here, this is something I've been working on for, I don't know, about a couple days. I don't know. I've been on and off with this. So if you guys remember, I showed you the prototype of like, hey, I want this back wall to not look like this. I want it to actually have, you know, the look of the from the movie. And the best way I was going to do that is to use these pieces, and I'm still about that. But what I've been doing is experimenting with how I'm going to do it. And as you can see, I've been kind of like doing some different work here with how I was going to create a sturdy structure that can hold it. First off, the best way I figured that right now, this whole thing that you're seeing right here is plugged into these Technic braces right now. But as it gets much more heavy, because it's really not heavy right now, as it gets heavier and bigger to this height, this is the max height it will be along the entire structure. That's where these pieces right here come in, right? So these will attach wherever I need them to be, you know, let's say right here, and they can just kind of extend and hold. And of course I'll brace them more into the wall, but it still is very nice and very sturdy, actually, believe it or not. And I can actually put them up here because they have little Technic pins on them. Extremely useful. So if you have anything that's like, you know, a big sloping piece and you're trying to figure out how to angle it and keep it angled without having to use the other Lego hinge pieces, this is a good solution. So keep that in mind. But that's how I'm gonna do it. It's looking pretty good so far. I like how it's going. It's a little tricky because you're trying to be even on both sides, and I don't think it's lining up quite right now. I'm kind of like a pure perfectionist when it comes to you know, things being even. So, you know, it's got to have 6 here and then 5 here and then 6 here, but it's not lining up quite like that right now. So I got to figure that out and get that solved. And you can see that it's been quite the work mess around here. But yeah. And then of course you guys remember the red wall from last week, last week, but last segment. And we're going to definitely be doing that on this side, this segment as well. Get that all filled in. Hopefully we have enough red bricks to get that done. We'll just have to wait and see. But in terms of what's what on each wall, so this will be the operation base. So that's where you see Luke and Leia meet in that like cave kind of operation base in The Last Jedi. That is what this side's going to be. So what is this side going to be? So I've been thinking about it quite a bit, and I'm pretty sure what this side is going to be is actually a miniature Millennium Falcon and miniature TIE Fighter, possibly 2 TIE Fighters flying through a miniature cave. That is the plan right now. So the way that's going to be done is, I'm not sure. So basically it's like you'll be peeking through it. So it'll just be like one big hole open. It won't be this entire thing is not going to be a cave. It's only a little section. It's going to be hopefully a forced perspective type of thing is what I'm thinking. And it'll start around this height and it'll probably go up to about here. And you'll be able to see the Falcon and the TIE Fighters being chased. And hopefully I'll actually be able to put lights in it. Now that's what I'm thinking. Now we'll just have to wait and see how exactly that pans out. I know a lot of you are wondering what I'm going to do on the side. I think that's the best idea I could come up with. I could do something where, I make up an entire, I've done this with Kashyyyk where I made up areas and it's cool and stuff, but I think a miniature falcon chase within the Crait caverns and all the crystal walls and stuff, I think that would look really cool. So I hope you guys like the idea. The real question is, which side should it, where you see it, should it be on the back side here or should it be on the side? And I'm thinking the back side. I'm thinking you're going to look through the back here and see it rather than the side. Only because I think looking at the side, it would look strange if you have this big gaping hole right here on the side. I think it would look a little better if it was on the back end. So just imagine it's going to be like this on this side over here. But imagine kind of a big oval circle right here where you're looking in and you're like, oh my gosh, it's the Millennium Falcon and TIE Fighter. And then if you look even closer, there's a Porg and Chewie. No, I'm just kidding. It is going to be a miniature. So keep your expectations real, guys. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. So without ado, let's go ahead and continue building. So I'm probably going to work on this section here. We'll build this wall up and continue the rock work and hopefully start this cave idea that I have. So without ado, let's see what that looks like. Okay guys, so I've been working for about an hour now. And as you can see, there's this kind of red thing sticking up right now. And if we take a look on the side, you'll see that red thing is part of the wall that I've been building all the way up here. It's quite a bit taller than what I built on that side. You can kind of see the difference over there if you can kind of see it. This one, that one over there is not really getting to the height of this. This one right here is taller than this right here. But yeah, it's looking really, really good. It's a little tight on this side, so I'm trying to be able to get you guys an angle, but it is looking really good. I like how the wall's looking. And so now what happens here is we're going to continue building the wall up and up. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but maybe this segment will get this side of the wall done, all the way to the top. I think that would be a pretty cool achievement. I think it's possible, but I don't want to make any promises just yet. We'll just have to see what happens. But so far, it's looking really good, and I still got enough red bricks. Definitely going through them quite fast. Still got plenty of the gray brick here, but it is looking really good, and it's not too much further to the top actually. So we're doing good, guys. So without ado, let's see what that rock work looks like. So let's check it out. All right, guys. Here it is. 100% complete. So this is definitely about, I probably spent about 8 hours over, I'd say 2 or 3 days, just on and off building, but it's done now, guys. The wall is completely done on this side, the mountain, and it looks really fantastic in my opinion. As you can see, if we look in a little closer, this part, as we were building upwards, it was kind of just flat. It was kind of like it didn't have much depth. It was just kind of going upwards. Here, I tried to create some more depth, some more angles. So when you look at this side, you can see that there's a lot more pushed in, and different things kind of sticking out, and little things that kind of make it a little bit more realistic. It is Lego, but I really like it though. I was debating about putting this white part right here. I was thinking about just maybe keeping it gray, but I honestly like it. My goal is, obviously not to make it look like there's spots, but I think it has, especially when you look at it at like this angle, it has a really good flow to it. I think it works pretty well. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And then, as you can see here, boy, there is a lot of shiny new Lego. Yeah, it is just, excuse me, I don't have much room back here, so it's a little tricky, but as you can see, there is just a ton of red brick and gray brick that go all the way to the top here. Here's what that looks like. I'm planning on covering this area up just a little bit, so that way it probably comes back to about here and then just kind of cover it up, but honestly it doesn't matter right now, and there's no point because I'm going to be building on the inside, and I'll show you that in just a second. But yeah guys, the wall is done, the mountain is done on this side I should say, so just got to do that side now. So we got to do all of that next week, and we were able to get it all done here, and boy does it look good. I can't tell you guys how long and a lot of work was put into that, but I'm glad it's done and it looks good. And again, now we're just that much closer to finishing Crait, and yeah, this just looks awesome. I'm running low on bricks. Don't have much left of either or here. I do have, thankfully, another box of 2x6s in gray, but I'm going to definitely need more red for when I do the mountain over there. All right, so focusing our attention back here. Again, I apologize. There's not much moving room, so I have to kind of adjust, but here's what I've been kind of working on. So you can kind of see here that I have some TIE fighters, and then this thing's kind of sticking out, and you're probably thinking, what? So here's my idea. I kind of mentioned it earlier. So you're going to have this kind of window right here. So it starts here, goes all the way up, and stops here. And this beam will come across here, and it'll come down this way and meet up here. So you'll have this big window, right? And then you're going to see these TIE fighters, and these are the TIE fighters from The Force Awakens mini polybag sets that came out, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, believe it or not. Time's flying by, honestly. So yeah, you're going to have the Falcons, and then you're going to have a Millennium Falcon here. And you can kind of see what I have going on here in order to cover up all of this not really pleasant looking gray and some colorfulness. What I'm going to be doing is, obviously, I want to create some of the crystals that we see in The Last Jedi when the TIE fighters are flying through the crystal caves with the Falcon. And so this is an early prototype. Again, this is just, obviously I know there's things there's like big rods kind of sticking out, and this is not that. But this is my idea in terms of, instead of stacking up bricks, I'm thinking about doing it using plates and using these sideways bricks. I don't believe this is considered snot, but it's kind of similar in concept. But yeah, so this is my idea, is kind of going this way, but not just making a flat wall, right? So instead of just building it up like that, I'm thinking about making kind of a half circle. So you would just kind of go around like this, right? And that would go all the way up to here, to this part. That's kind of where my mind is going. I'm not sure if it's going to work like that, but I think it would be better in terms of part saving. I think it would also have a kind of a neat kind of look. And oh yeah, the last thing is, I'm sure a lot of you are like, well, David, what are you doing here? I mean, these Falcons, these TIE fighters look like they're flying out of the ground. What's with that? So you have to imagine that there's probably, if I was to build out this, there would be a cave here. So the TIE fighters and Falcon are flying up here, and then they're kind of going up, because there's that scene where the Falcon comes all the way up and it's flying out to the top. And so I want you to be able to look at the top straight down and kind of get that cool perspective of what we see in the movie. That's the idea, that's the idea. Not sure how well that'll actually work out, but that's what I'm thinking. So hope you guys like that idea. Let me know down in the comments what you think about that. I think there's a lot of room here to make it happen, but also, I don't want to spend forever working on this. This should be something I can get done in about a day or two, because there's other things we definitely want to work on. Probably won't work on this in this segment, because I kind of need to order a ton of trans red parts. I want to have those kind of rods, those big crystal sticks or whatever you want to call them, kind of sticking out through, so it looks like they're kind of navigating through it. I would love to do that, so that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you guys think down below, and we'll go ahead and keep on going with Crait here. Alright guys, so I've been working hard, ready for it, and there it is. Look at that, guys. Look at that. The back side of the wall is now done, and boy does it look good. Boy does it look good. I am so happy with how this turned out. There's a lot of experimenting. It was not easy to get this, because it took a while for me to figure it out, but it's actually one brick this way more than it is this way, meaning I built this little part right here a little bit bigger than on this side. And I was figuring out when I was matching these things up in the middle, I'm like, why is it not coming together? So I actually had to move the whole thing a little bit one by one stud this way, so that way it was perfectly even, so you could get all of these like this. But I did it. It was very tricky. This whole thing is freestanding right now because of the braces. Remember these things I was telling you guys about, I think a couple weeks ago or whatever? These things are what's keeping this thing together. So you have a Technic pin right here, Technic pin here. Both are detachable, so I can take this whole thing off when I want to move Crait eventually and take it to a convention. And then you can't really see it, but these things right here are right there, and they're kind of like at an angle like this, and they're being held in. See if I can show you. It's right here. That's it. And it's being put into this bar that was across here is actually what's really holding this whole weight of this giant back structure, which is pretty crazy, but it works. And it's actually pretty sturdy. Like, it doesn't seem like it's going to fall off and break. And it looks good. That's the best part, is it looks so good. Like, you get down low, that low angle, like, it just looks awesome. I apologize, like, it is very tight in the back part of Crait. I don't have much walking space, so if camera's getting a little bumpy or whatever, that's because I'm knocking into walls trying to get a clean shot for you guys. But yeah, no, very happy with this bottom part right here with all these studs. This is all that's temporary, so the plates are going to be here, but you can start to see I was trying something with, you know, these type of tile plate things, but I will cover this up. This is not final, that it's just going to be studs like this. I am going to do something about it. Probably not until next week or the following week, or even the finale. It's just whenever I get around to it, but it will have some type of design or detail, or maybe I'll just tile it. I don't like just having the bare studs. It doesn't look that great. I think tiles or something would look better. But yeah, seriously, like, this is how Crait, the back wall of Crait looks like. It has this pattern design just like this, and you can see the feet, and it looks exactly like this, and I'm just so happy. I really am. This is like so awesome. Especially when you take the camera, you have this whole back thing, and then you just kind of come down and just like, oh man, there's Crait. Or maybe that's just me. But yeah, no, this looks really good. So that's all done now, guys. We can not worry about that. Again, this right here and this right here. Ooh. Well, that's why I build things strong, guys. Anyhow, this right here will all be covered with gray brick, probably to the same height of where this is at. So I'm going to build like a wall right here, goes all the way up here, and so that way it'll be all condensed and stuff. All right, so the last thing we're actually going to do is right here. I told you guys I was going to build that kind of like room where Leia and Luke meet, and it's that operation room. I'm going to start just kind of get a layout for that. We're not going to actually finish it today, unfortunately, but I do want to get a good layout for that and get kind of like the hallway laid out. Show that to you guys, and we'll end on that. So let's go ahead and do that and see what you guys think. All right, so here's what I've been working on, guys. This is kind of the layout. Now, keep in mind, this is a work in progress. There's going to be a lot more details than just this. This is just a very basic layout. Just give me an idea of how much space I have. I put some minifigures down to give me an idea of what I can cram into this. Of course, there's going to be a lot more detail than what you're seeing right now. But it does give me a good idea of, what I have to work with. So right here, I'm going to be putting that kind of tunnel that Luke comes through, and I'm going to actually put black bricks on the back, so it kind of gives that perspective that it's a dark cave, even though it's totally not. I don't really have much room to play with here, but I'll work with it. Now, there's one thing that's kind of not accurate, and when I was analyzing the scene, is this operating room. It has windows along here, and these windows are actually, so this room is actually supposed to be angled so that it's kind of like going, like the windows are like this way, and they're looking out to here, because there's light that comes through the windows from the opening of the door.
And that's where I kind of just like, yeah, well, can't do much about that, because this right here, this wall, all of these white bricks and gray bricks right here, this area is what's holding this entire wall. This is taking all the weight of this humongous wall. So there's nothing I can do about it. As much as I want to have you know, accuracy, I should say, when it comes to these you know, rooms and such, it just can't happen, unfortunately. So I'm trying to figure out, maybe I should just build like a white wall and put windows here. Not quite sure yet. That's something I got to figure out over the next week or so. But now you guys know what I'm thinking, and now you guys should have an idea what I'm going to do here, and of course what I'm doing over here. And now you definitely know what the wall looks like. And on top of that, we have all of this. So that's fantastic. Now, the last thing is, at the beginning of the video, I did say that I was going to put these salt pieces down. I'm actually going to wait until next week. I know a lot of you want to see that, but there's no point in putting the salt pieces down, because I'm going to have all these bins and everything that are going to sit here. It's going to mess everything up, so there's no point. I'm just going to have to continue to wait until the mountain is done, and then we can worry about, you know, getting all this scenery out here, because right now it's very convoluted out here. There's just parts and stuff everywhere. So until I get this wall done, I don't want to do any more salt pieces, because they easily move, and I want to place them exactly. If I'm going to put them down, I'm going to want to place them exactly where I want them to be. And when you have all these bins and stuff, they can easily get scrambled, and then I just have to redo it, and then it's just a waste of time at that point. So I apologize for that, but I mean, basically we got a ton done here, guys. I mean, we got this one side of the mountain done, this entire back, and now we have basically outlines of what we want to do for these two back rooms. And that's, you know, we're very close, guys. We're on the way out, so that's awesome. All right, so we'll go ahead and end the video out, guys.
All right. There you go, guys. Week 30. It's out. It's done. Okay, so what? I'm sure a lot of you will also put in the comments, are we going to have to wait another 2 months until the next segment? Absolutely not. We're back here for Crait. I needed a break, not only because things were happening in my own personal life, but also I really needed to take a step back from Crait, so that way I could replenish my imagination, I guess you could say. That's kind of like a dumb thing, but seriously, when you do this for so long, you need to take breaks. And I know some people can just go and go and go, but me personally, I take breaks. And this isn't the first time I've taken a long break in a building series. If you guys look back at Kashyyyk, those of you who have been watching since then, you'll know that I took a 3-month break before the finale of Kashyyyk. There was, I think I stopped in August, and I didn't put the finale until like 3 months later in November. So 2 months for Crait isn't that much, considering what I've done in the past. It is a long time, but during that time I was putting out videos, whether some of you liked them or not. I'm a big LEGO Overwatch fan. I know some of you don't like Overwatch, and that's totally fine. I'm definitely known for Star Wars here, and that's something I will not be going away. That's not going to go away at all. But I do want to introduce other things to my channel to keep it diverse, I guess you could say. And Star Wars isn't, you know, I hate to break it to you guys, but Star Wars isn't the only thing I like. So I had this really cool opportunity with the Lego, you know, the Overwatch thing. I'm you know, it all just worked out in a really cool way. But yeah, so you know, that's that. What about Crait? So when's it gonna be finished, right? When are we gonna get it just done? So next week marks a year. It marks a year for Crait. I looked it up. I believe it's November. It was either the 16th or 18th of last year, 2017, is when I put week 1 out. So my original goal was to have it done either before or on that day of a year of Crait, but I don't think I can get it done in 8 days. That's just not possible, mainly because there's still parts and things I need to order that need to come in. So we're looking, I would say 3 weeks. 3 weeks to a month, we'll have the finale. So I would expect to be week 31. I'm really debating whether it'll be 2 more segments or 1 more segment before the finale. It's either, if we can get that mountain done next segment, like fully done, just like we did here in this segment, then it's definitely possible, along with the rooms in the next segment, then it's definitely possible to get the finale done after that. So there's either going to be 2 more weeks plus a finale, or there'll be 1 more week plus a finale. And if it's 1 more week plus a finale, I'm sure there'll probably be a gap room there. But I do expect to have another segment out next Saturday. So I know I haven't been really sticking to that schedule, but it's happening. So there you go, guys. Just 1 or 2 more weekly segments, and then the finale. We are that close, okay? I need these 1 or 2 more segments to finish the wall, to finish what I'm planning on the inside, and then, of course, we have a bunch more salt pieces I need to get done as well. All of that leads up to the finale, and I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, well, what's the finale if you're trying to get everything done in the other segments? Well, the finale is when we put all the cool stuff on this. The finale is where we create the battle scene. We put all the minifigures in, put all the explosions, all the dust, all the cool little things, the little fine details that go in last. That's what the finale is going to be covering. All right, Crait's back, guys. It's going to stay. It's not going to be another month or 2. Wait until the next segment. I guarantee you that. It should be next week. At the very latest 2 weeks, but I guarantee you probably a week. It just depends on how fast I can get this next wall done, because that's what we're going to be focused on next segment, is getting the other wall done, and then Crait will start to look really finished. It's almost basically finished. If I had to put a percentage on it, I would say it's like close to like 85-90% done. Like, it's very close from being finished. All right, guys, that's it. Sorry if I spoke a little long. Figured I would, since I haven't really talked in a while. But I hope you guys enjoyed this segment. Let me know down in the comments about everything I talked about in the video. I'll see you guys next week. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye-bye.